As psychology pathways, Monique and I are both in our relationship as a married couple, and also in our practice have explored the nature of relationships and what that means to us. So when we're looking at the nature of relationships, we're exploring what it means to relate to one another, what it is to connect and understand our own life journeys and others. And we all play different roles in different contexts, different environments. In some roles, for instance in work, we might have a particular type of mask that we might wear as to explore who we are in that particular role. And in intimate relationships, we pose a different role. And so in counselling, it's often about trying to integrate those different parts, those different roles, to connect with what our authentic self is. And that can be a challenge to some people, to really connect with what it is to be integrous to oneself and to let go of that mask, to surrender that part of oneself that's confronting. So within relationships and the different environments in which we play certain roles, sometimes the challenge is to integrate the parts of ourselves and be more whole in how we express ourselves, who we are. And this is about our identity, who we are in one particular environment and who we are when we're in another situation. So I see counselling as a way to sort of integrate these parts, as a way to really connect with what your needs and wants are. And the aim of this is to be more fulfilled as a person. It's often very frustrating and challenging to surrender some of the comfort zones that we have, some of the attachments we have to being a certain person. So within my role as a counsellor, I love the work that I do because it actually gives me a chance to connect with people in such a way that I get to see their growth. I get to connect with who they are as a person, and I grow as a person. I become more whole as a person in sharing that experience, that life journey. So I'm in a very fortunate position to be where I am today.
The reason why I was so attracted to working with coaching in terms of relationships is because we spend a lot of time exploring through therapy what our past relationships have been like, where the difficulties we have experienced have caused blockages, and we have an idea of where we want to go, but we aren't able to actually get there, so we do therapy. Once we actually move through and process a lot of these moments or these memories or these feelings, there's an opportunity to move forward. And taking action can be quite a confronting thing. We can think we want to move forward, but then the experience of actually putting ourselves on an online dating site, or going back out in the world after getting a divorce, or joining a mother's group at the age of 40, it's quite confronting. And or if the mothers, I've read recently, young mothers having to join mothers groups and everyone being older. So there are a lot of circumstances where we start to take action where previously we've avoided it for a long time. And at those moments, it's good to have somebody to support you, a coach to come in and say, well, what's your imagining? What's your vision? What's the most crazy desire you have that previously might have been completely unreasonable and now suddenly becomes a possibility? And from that moment, you're with somebody who supports you to actually mapping those out and then taking steps towards them. And you're accountable, but you're not alone. Because the thing about a new habit is that it takes a long time. It takes 120, 160 days to really put a new action into becoming a habit, and that takes support. And I love what I do because I love living in possibility. I love making possibilities a reality, and I love moving out of the past into my vision. And I'm very privileged to be able to have done that and to continue to do that and move through whatever beliefs I have had to feeling a lot of joy and love and respect for myself and for other people from a more contented life. And that's why we've combined coaching in with psychology, because we spend a lot of time working through our issues and working through what our blockages are to intimacy. Once we've worked with this, we have an idea of what we want life to look like, the relationships that we want, what we might feel has been missing in the past. And so having somebody be there as your coach to actually say, well, okay, you've said that you want to work in these areas, what are the actions you're taking around them? What is your vision and what are the steps you'll be taking? And you have someone to work with you to support you so you're not doing it alone. And that's why we get so excited at the idea of combining therapy and coaching.